Terms and Conditions vertical line U.S. News and World Report. Store. Twitter, Facebook, Google+. Special Reports STEM. Jobs in 2020. How to Live to 100. Cybersecurity. Hospital of Tomorrow. Rankings. U.S. News and World Report. News and Opinion. Health. Money. Education. Cars. Travel. Law. Home greater than Terms and Conditions. Terms and Conditions. These terms and conditions of use. The terms and conditions and privacy policy were last updated on April 2, 2013. Welcome to usnews.com, which is published by U.S. News World Report, LP. U.S. News. These terms and conditions apply to the U.S. news services located at www.usnews.com, our pay content, and our online discussion forums, as well as any other of our websites, digital services or mobile or other applications on which a link to these terms and conditions appears collectively. The U.S. News Services, all of which U.S. News Services are provided by U.S. News at any time and from time to time in its sole discretion. U.S. News does not control, and is not responsible for, any third-party site to which the U.S. News Services link. You agree that your use of the U.S. News Services is subject to the following terms and conditions. If you do not agree with the terms and conditions in their entirety, please do not use any U.S. News Services. These terms and conditions may be modified at any time and from time to time. The date of the most recent changes or revisions will appear on this page. Continued access to the U.S. News Services by you will constitute your acceptance of any changes or revisions to these terms and conditions. Portions of the U.S. News Services may be governed by different or additional terms and conditions. In the event of a conflict between any provision of these terms and conditions, on the one hand, and any other terms and conditions, on the other hand, the applicable provision of these terms and conditions shall prevail with respect to your use of the U.S. News Services. The materials and tools contained on the U.S. News Services are provided by U.S. News as a service to you for your non-commercial, personal use on an as-is, as available basis and may be used by you for informational purposes only. You acknowledge that you are using the U.S. News Services at your own risk. U.S. News assumes no responsibility for errors or omissions in these materials. U.S. News makes no commitment to update the information contained herein. U.S. News makes no, and expressly disclaims any and all, representations or warranties, express or implied, regarding the U.S. News Services, including without limitation the accuracy, completeness, or reliability of text, graphics, links, products and services, and other items accessed from or via the U.S. News Services, or that use of the U.S. News Services will be uninterrupted, error-free, or free of viruses or other harmful components. No advice or information given by U.S. News or any other party on the U.S. News Services shall create any warranty or liability. The content provided through U.S. News Services should be used for informational purposes only. The content is not intended to be a substitute for professional advice. Always seek the advice of the relevant professional with any questions about any health, financial or other decision you are seeking to make. In the case of our product reviews, consumers should always consult the manufacturer and/or their dealer/distributor for the most up-to-date product information, features and specifications. U.S. News does not warrant or make any representations regarding the use or the results of the use of the materials on the U.S. News Services in terms of their correctness, accuracy, timeliness, reliability, or otherwise. Under no circumstances shall U.S. News or any of its parents, subsidiaries, affiliates, licensors, or their respective partners, officers, directors, employees, or agents be held liable for any damages, whether direct, incidental, indirect, special, or consequential, and including, without limitation, lost revenues or lost profits, arising from or in connection with your use, reliance on, or performance of the information on the U.S. News Services. Your sole remedy in the event of any deficiency, defect, failure, error or interruption in the U.S. News Services or any